I want to expound upon what I was talking about yesterday of how to get a girlfriend. So basically, right now is not a good time to try to get a girlfriend. That's what I basically was trying to say in that video. If you look at what's happening right now with the rise of cucks, and I was trying to explain yesterday what women are going through right now, and explain why they have their bad attitudes and their high standards. Even though that we've been like struggling, people have been struggling because of inflation and stuff like that, it's still nowhere near as bad as it could be. I don't think that we're going to have a complete collapse. I just don't believe that it's going to go to that, because I don't think the elites will allow that. If we went to a complete collapse, the elites would lose all of their power. And they don't want that. So when the Depression happened, a lot of people suffered, but there was people who still lived lavish lifestyles. The rich people still lived very well. So what happened was, when it all collapsed, rich people went in there and started buying all those stocks for pennies on the dollar. Think of that in a similar case when it comes to the female sexual market value. It's an all-time peak right now. I thought it already peaked, but apparently it hasn't. And what I was trying to say with like the robotics and everything that's gonna help aid to the burst of this bubble of, the sexual market value of women. Because guys are just gonna end up going a different way, and we're gonna have economic troubles. There's no doubt about that. There's gonna be economic troubles for a lot of people going forward, and I'm probably included in that. So, why I say work on yourself is because we are going towards a polygamous type of society. There's already signs of it. That's why I brought up the cucks. And if you play your cards right by working on your body, staying in great shape so you can earn money, and having some type of value that's coming to you for resources in the future. If you can do that, you're going to be able to kill it. It's going to be similar to buying stocks for pennies on the dollar after the Depression happened. You might not just get one girlfriend. You might want to have like 5 girlfriends, and they might all live with you. And the reason why I say that is because it is possible, it is quite possible, men go towards more AI generated. It's good. That'll be able to stimulate men's our hormones, our urges. part of the reason why men aren't being violent right now, because like Jordan Peterson said, like, if you have a big population of men not getting laid, they don't have access to women, they end up getting violent. And I think the reason why men aren't getting violent right now is because of easy access to pornography. Obviously, they're getting their rocks off on their own, and video games. So it's going to be easy for it can already do it, but it's going to get better and better with AI generated technology. It's going to be able to replicate a great relationship with a woman, even though it's all artificial. It's going to be able to replicate it. Obviously, you're not going to have like the hand holding, and it's probably have to be in a digital type of realm, or something to that level. But when that happens, men are just going to it's the bottom's gonna fall out. I would think, for the sexual market value for women, because that's the only thing propping them up. All of a sudden, all that validation on the internet just dries up. They already don't get They don't get validation like they used to. Guys like you hear about all the time. Oh, the guys don't approach me. I don't know. I always see dudes around women, so I don't ever just see them by themselves. But I see guys that are like all over women all the time. But I don't know. If that's just like a minor situation that's happened where guys aren't approaching women. For me personally, I don't really have the energy to really even go out and date anybody. Like, even just to go for a coffee, I have to put on this facade and try to be somebody else to try to make them attracted to me, and I really don't feel like doing that no more. I like being myself, and I don't want to sit here and try to entertain somebody and obviously I'm gonna be nervous. Like, I've been nervous every time I meet a girl. And I've met like thousands of women. I'm not saying I hooked up, but like I've been on thousands of dates, and I was nervous going into it. Maybe some guys it ain't nothing to them, but like you're worried about messing up. You want her to be attracted to you. You want things to get off on the right foot. You don't want to come off as weak and this and that. And it's just, I just don't really care about having the energy, man. I don't have the time. I'm working, or I'm working out all the time. So it's like I basically only have 2 half days off a week, because I put in like 65 hours a week with either working out on top of my job, working 40 plus hours. Around 40 something. It's a little bit over 40, but I still put in a lot of hours when it comes to like being physically active, walking to the gym, and then just being at the gym, all the activities I do at the gym. I don't have a lot of extra energy or time to invest in somebody, and it's just with the minefield I was talking about, with like you have to worry about being Me Too'd, and it's so complicated because people, like females, they have the highest standards because of guys giving them all the types of validation. And I understand, like, when you get all that, you have an endless supply of validation. You have an endless supply of guys in your DMs trying to take you out or sweet talk you. So your standards get raised, even if like you're a 2. It just, there's an endless supply of guys that just they're simps, or they want to try to get with them. But it's just like, I'm at the point where I see women, I see them in person, and I know obviously they're not going to come up and talk to me. Anytime I pass a young woman, they don't even look at me. Even just walk past them, walking home, and we're in a parkish type of area, and they don't even look at me, man. I'm like, damn, that's like older people, like they usually like smile, give it a wave. They don't even look at me. I'm like, damn, you must really hate me. It's because of, they probably get bombarded with guys and they just get hit on constantly. But like I said, maybe it never stops. Maybe this just keeps escalating. I just don't see it's sustainable to keep escalating. I just think that at some point guys will go to some type of alternative, artificial type of way to fulfill their thirst. And the bottom will fall out, and they won't be getting validation no more. Maybe they'll just start dating each other. Maybe that's what will happen. We'll see more of that. And I just think that we're gonna have some economic turbulence, some big economic turbulence, and it's gonna affect a lot of people. And I think it's gonna be like a Venezuela type. Like, has Venezuela collapsed and then like it destroyed itself? No, like, you got people who have to allocate their funds to just survival. That's it. Like, they can't afford extras. And then here in America, we've been very blessed to have extras. Even AC, people take AC for granted. Hot water, taking hot water for granted. And then if you can afford that type of stuff, when it gets tough, because of huge inflation, you might be able to get like 5 girlfriends, 5 wives that actually stick around you because you are so economically stable that it's either become feminine and relax, or go out there and do the grinding, hard labor, hard work, which some women do it. I have women that do my job at my work. They do my job. But the really feminine women, they would hate to do my job. Lifting cases all day, like they don't want to do that. They want to look pretty, they want to feel pretty. They don't want to hurt their backs. They don't want to be lifting cases that are up to like almost 90 pounds. Not every case of lift is 90 pounds, but there is a couple that go up that high. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to clean out the sewers. They don't want to be a trash woman. They don't want to do these hard labor jobs. And those are the jobs that are going to need to be done going forward, because the youth don't want to work. They're weak themselves, pampered, and women will definitely, would rather, because these office jobs are gonna go away, man. Like, these jobs that these females have are gonna go bye-bye because of AI. AI is gonna take a lot of these office jobs, and people don't understand that. Of course, like, jobs like mine are being replaced. Like, they're making a building to replace a department in my facility. But what jobs are going to be in need, and what's going to be hard for AI to replace, are dirty jobs, like digging ditches, which, they can make a machine that does that, but it's not on the level of us yet. being autonomous and solving problems, like being a plumber or something like that. So, you know, like I said, like, I wouldn't even, I know it sucks not to have a girlfriend, not to have that, like, type of validation. I deal with that. I struggle with that. And you just have to, like, get your own validation and worry about yourself. And, and hopefully, if you put yourself in the right position and you leverage yourself properly or right, you might be able to you know, we might see a lot of homeless women out there. You know, a lot of these women are putting themselves out there on the internet and just bearing it all, which with deep fakes, it's kind of weird because they're gonna have to do something like with the regulation of the deep fakes, because you're gonna be able to make like a porno of anybody on the planet. Anybody that's put up any pictures, you're gonna be able to make a porno like with AI. So they're gonna definitely have to have some type of like seal or something that you can't publish it or something. Like it's just for personal use. You can't spread that type of stuff or something like that. But it might not even matter that these females have like created these OnlyFans and then they put themselves out there, because if people are making deep fakes of just about anybody, even myself, they can make a gay me with some other dude in a deep fake, and I'm not gay or anything like that, but somebody might do it to troll me. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's kind of interesting to see how that pans out with the deep fakes and regulations. So it might not even matter that they've put themselves out there like that, because everybody might be put out there like that. I don't know. We'll just have to see how that pans out. But for right now, and like, let's just say hypothetically they regulate it and you can't. Well, since they put themselves out there and everybody can see, that devalues them for a long-term relationship. And that might stop them from getting hired for a job, because it could cause problems in the workplace. You've already seen it with this like mechanic lady who had like an OnlyFans, and she advertised it on her Instagram, and I guess she added somebody on her Instagram, and they were basically looking at it, her OnlyFans, right at work, and pretty much like right in front of her, and they ended up getting rid of her. I didn't know I could do that. But like, you could see a lot of women end up being homeless. You know, there's this woman that, because like I'm on the dating sites, I don't take them serious. I just kind of see like, I like to kind of like talk to people and see like their experience, and like the 60-year-old woman matched me, right? And I don't have any type of intention of meeting her or anything like that, but like, she's looking for a long-term relationship, and she started like spewing out her mental illness and all this, like, oh, I ain't got no money. Well, in her profile, like, I got a job, I got a car, I got a job, and then she was like basically saying she had no money. And I think you're gonna see a lot of that. I think you're gonna see a lot of women feel like their backs are against the wall, especially like them getting all this student loan debt, acquiring all that, and they're going to have to work. Because if they can't, like, you might see more women in the workplace, because guys aren't going to work as hard. If you don't have a family and you don't have a woman, why are you going to be working as hard? So I could pay more taxes? You know, so it's just like, I'm working hard right now because I want to try to lower my debt. But you know what? Once I get to that sustainability where I feel comfortable, dude, I'm not going to be working a bunch. I don't want to make a bunch of extra money so I can give it away to the government and taxes. And so it's just like a minimalism is a great tool for both men and women. But I just live minimalistic, man. You know, I have basic things that I need. Like I go to the gym. That's a good thing for. That's something I like. You know, and it is a luxury. I can play a video game or something like that. You know, or read books or listen to podcasts or whatever. It's just like guys aren't gonna work as hard because what is the incentive to work hard? Guys worked hard in the past to provide for their woman and their family. Well, women's expectations when it comes to materialism is just way too high. And, you know, that's what happens when guys don't hold women accountable and always bail them out. They develop this high standard, and plus, you know, they probably been raised in a very materialistic type of environment from the boomers, so they have that type of mentality. But you know, people don't realize this, but our standard of living here in America is going to go down, and it's going to affect a lot of people who think that their shit don't stink, and they're going to be humbled really fucking quick. And it's gonna be. I'm looking at you, women. Like you're the ones that spend all the money, whether it's your money or your man's money or somebody else's. Women, like I heard that women, you know, are 80% of the economy basically because they spend so much, but buy a bunch of bullshit. Dude, my life is so simple, man. Like compared to the average person, they have so much excess of a bunch of shit. You know, I have a little bit, but like, dude, when I moved from fucking Missouri to Michigan, all I took was my car and the smallest U-Haul trailer I could get. All of my shit fit. All of it. And whatever didn't fit, I just fucking left. So like being a person that lives with my kid, if I just lived by myself, obviously I would have even less. I could probably fit everything in my car. But you know, when you have kids and shit, you acquire shit. But you know, I'm not as minimalistic as I could be. But like I said, man, just if you could even land a girlfriend, I wouldn't even like take it serious, man. Like seriously, like people don't take relationships very serious right now, and men and women. So even if you do land somebody, chances are they're not going to take the relationship serious. And when the honeymoon phase wears off, they'll be out there looking for somebody else or trying to break up with you. That's why I said, like, if you want to start a family, man, you might want to find an overseas woman. What I would do is I would save a lot of money, and I probably would have the intention of moving there. I would live somewhere where they love white people, and I would adopt their culture. I would learn their language. I would learn a trade that would help in their economy. From what I hear, you're going to have money that comes in. You're not going to be able to find no job there, but you might be able to start a business or something. You know what I mean? If you could start a business over there and employ people and stuff like that. That would be good, but you might want to get a guide to go through like different places, so you can, you might want to go to like different little villages or something like that, and that's why you would need a guide. And find you a good young woman that is humble, that you can maybe upgrade her family's lifestyle slightly. Not like, don't ever bring them back here, but make sure that they are medically taken care of, and the whatever the way they're living is like slightly upgraded. Just better their lives. And you probably find yourself a really good, loyal woman that will have your children. That ain't gonna go nowhere. And that's probably your best bet. But you have to do your own damn research of all that. But these American women, like even the conservative ones, are some level of feminists, and feminism is spreading throughout the world. So you definitely have to be careful. At some point, the rubber band will come back, though, because these women are going to be having all this debt, and they're going to try to find a man that's going to help them out with that, because they're not going to want to do these dirty jobs. These jobs that they're going to go for college probably aren't going to exist. Like I was talking about these Writers Guild in Hollywood. Like, they're on strike. It's kind of weird to go on strike when you should kind of be happy. You should be happy that you even have that job right now, because they can replace you with AI. Especially since like the writing is so bad anyway. Like you should be fortunate, but you're going on strike. Which I would just be like, see ya then. But that's how it's kind of gonna be with like females in the future with the sexual market value. If it goes away, I think it's gonna go. With the advancement of technology, with problems in the economy, the services that people aren't doing, these hard jobs that people aren't doing, that we need people to do, that women aren't, like your average woman's not going to want to do. So it's like, yeah, we'll see what happens though. Like I said, just like the best thing to do is just try to do the best you can to make your best self in the future. Leverage yourself best in the future, where because like right now it's just like a bad time to start a family or have a girlfriend. It really is. I mean, people are just really immature in this society in America. They're like, and I'm not just like harping out women, it's men too. Both sexes are highly immature. I know. I'm a part millennial. I'm a half E. I'm a half Gen X, half millennial. And I was highly immature for the longest time. So it took a long time, and I'm still going through hardship. I'm still defining myself at over 40. I'm still figuring myself out. I'm still battling my victimhood. Still battling that crap. But yeah, that's it.